It happened when I was working at a construction site carrying bricks, as I was financially responsible for my family at a young age. It was early morning when I was carrying bricks on my back and going up the zigzag stairs, made temporarily against the outer wall of the 4-story building when I fell with the bricks to the bottom. Afterwards, I was lying on a bed covered with a white sheet over my face, and I saw my younger sister collapsed and wailing on the ground. Simultaneously, I was going up in the sky and saw the city of Seoul. Over in the distance, there was a commercial airplane getting ready to land at the airport, and I went in and flew around on top of the heads of the passengers and looked around, even inside the cockpit. Then, I looked at the Christ the Redeemer statue at Rio de Janeiro, the Eiffel Tower, London Bridge, Sydney Opera House, and places around Hong Kong. Suddenly, I saw in front of me images like a movie, playing everything I had ever done in my life from the time I was too young to remember any of them. When I was shown times when I had stolen a radish from a field because I was hungry, when I swore at someone, when I spat on the ground, and hitting my younger siblings, etc. I felt tremendous pain in my heart when those actions were displayed in front of me. I remember vividly trying to avoid watching it, but it was to no avail. While watching those scenes, I felt repentance for the bad actions I had taken deeply from my bones. Like being blown by a strong wind, I was inside a pastel-colored deep fog which blew me to an extremely clean, bright light in the distance. When I arrived, this color like of a baby chick encompassed me with feelings of extreme peace, and I conversed with an existence that I could not see and talked with feelings of thought and felt the answers. I knew there was an existence, a being that was in the distance but could not see. I had no physical body. I just existed inside extreme peace with great sounding music coming from somewhere. Suddenly, I remembered my siblings and thought of wanting to see them, and as soon as I thought this, I was with my siblings in our hut, and while looking at their faces, I felt nothing. As soon as I thought of a place, I was instantaneously there, and while listening to the stories inside the bright light, I felt and realized that it was love. I saw overwhelming lights of fireworks in the darkness outside a window. I wanted to go and see it, so I struggled off the bed I was lying on and fell to the floor. My body felt limp like it had no bones, and I couldn't make any sounds to ask for help. I don't know how long I was on the cold floor, but someone laid me back on my back, and it was then that I was told that I returned from the morgue. When I was discharged from the hospital, I was known as the child that died and came back to life, so the hospital deputy director and the nurses all came out and sent me off. While I was resting at home, I would see things that are hidden in people that are walking on the streets, the thoughts that they have in their hearts, and where their hurt lies. Knowing what people were thinking as they passed me was fun at first, but seeing it continuously became difficult. Several years later, I went on a business trip with 3 senior work colleagues to Hong Kong. I was able to successfully guide them around from the time we were on the plane, as I had seen it all before. When we arrived in Hong Kong, I remembered a fruit stall in a small alley behind the hotel we were staying at, and purchased a bunch of bananas to the amazement of my colleagues. When I go overseas, I am able to go around like a local because I recognize the streets I saw during the experience. Even now, I am able to see people differently, and after retirement I am currently lecturing around giving talks on life and death. I am working hard to bring to the public discussions of life after death and the meaning of dying well.